Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Well, folks, we're at the, what are they calling it this year? Oh, BlogWorld New Media EXPO. It's evolved. It started out as like a podcasting expo how many decades ago? Been doing this so long. Streaming live, or at least attempting to. And I've got a guest who has candy.
Candy.
Well, this is not, I mean, the candy is just kind of the way to pull you into the real product, Meshin. Is that right?
That's Meshin.
Meshin.
That's our product.
MESHIN.com. See, I'll hold it up to the camera. Meshin, yum, 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 wrapped inside a candy bar. Meshin. All right, so what's Meshin's mission?
Meshin's mission. Well, let me ask you first. I want to ask you a little bit about your world when you're here, your world and every day. How many apps do you use to talk to people?
How many apps do I to talk to people?
Text,
okay.
Facebook. How many different apps do you use?
Just a few, honestly. Maybe 4 or 5.
And if you have a conversation, do you ever have that conversation across multiple applications? Somebody sends you an email, you text them back as you're running at BlogWorld?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really think about it. I just,
you're used to doing it.
Yeah, I just get in the flow and I do it.
So Meshin's mission is actually to go to, it's hard to say.
Isn't that great? Meshin's mission.
I
love it.
Is actually to pull all of that together into one place. So you, Chris, can actually just go to Meshin. You could, Dave Peck just left us here. Dave could send you an email, you could text him back. You could call him later on the phone, and then you could actually use that app to pull in all of the text conversations that you have in one place.
So it flows specifically email, text,
Facebook
phone.
messages,
Facebook
Twitter messages.
Even better. Oh my God. Okay, so I'd assume now even on the front it says it's now an Android. Assume it's an iOS.
It is not iOS yet. That'll be our next move. I'm sorry. I know you're an Apple guy.
No, I'm not. Just because I happen to be using a MacBook and carry an iPad and an iPhone does not make me an Apple guy. Okay, so it does.
So it will go to iOS. We actually intend to go every place we can go. Plus, it'll be on iPad and it'll also be on laptops.
So it's funny because you're like the first company that would have ever launched on Android first.
Actually, we're not.
Oh, wow.
More of them are launching out there on Android.
But eventually, you see the light.
We will see the light.
Okay, so how long has this been out?
Actually, we started. We're kind of interesting and different. We're actually funded by Xerox currently. Inside of the world famous park, which is a Xerox company.
Yes, Xerox Park.
Where people know the mouse is invented. In theory,
Douglas Engelbart?
Yes, the Alto, which became the Apple, actually still sits in the museum there. Steve Jobs went to visit one day. So that's where we're in, and we're actually going to be spinning out this year into a separate business.
Okay. So how many people are involved with
We have 14 software professionals. We're based on about 10 years worth of research inside a park.
Wow.
The research has the ability to understand the information inside your messages, so we can tie it together in what we call the iMesh.
Well, it makes sense when you become cross-platform to really become the go-to app. I mean,
that's our goal.
If you're integrating, that's nice actually, to be able to integrate the specifically the phone, email, Facebook, Twitter. Those would be the primary channels.
So one of the things we're talking about. So Chris, what if you could get a phone call from somebody? And
I've
you
dreamt
never
of
get
that for days.
But what happens if you
can't? By the way, you can't do that in New York on 3G on an iPhone.
I've
will not
that.
work. I went down to Edge just so I could communicate. Anyway,
I've noticed that.
So let's say I get a phone call.
You get a phone call. It's some person you're like, I don't remember who this person is, and you have your iPad in front of you.
Yes.
You answer the phone. It pulls up all your communications with that person that maybe you haven't talked to him for 6 months and projects them on the iPad, and you're like, oh, hey, Susie, great to see you. I know I saw you at South by. I haven't seen you in a long time, and you look at all the communications that you've had.
So it's like a universal log for communications.
Yeah, we think of it as pepper pots for communications.
Oh, pulling some Iron Man there.
Exactly.
Right? All right. See,
Pepper Potts knows everything about Iron Man. We want to know everything about your communications. So.
It's cool, but almost creepy at the same time.
Well, we're hoping not to be creepy,
okay.
And we're going to put in some location services, so we can kind of pull that in, so you can detect people around you.
That's not so bad either.
So, think of the technology. Like I said, the iMesh is the secret sauce.
So we can just say instead of now we're really meshing.
Exactly.
Like just to communicate. I get it now.
And then the challenge would be for you to come up with a rap using that iMesh.
A rap? Yeah. Apparently, you're not familiar with my verbal skills. See, because you could read that as me shin. Like, me shin. I hurt me shin again. shenanigans.
There's a lot of things you can do with it.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
So if
and
people
really,
wanna go and-
how bad could something be if it comes in chocolate?
Well, and
Or
that's
chocolate
the
comes
goal
in it.
was, this is your average, your everyday, cell phone. It's a little bit on the long side, but
Now, you're not going to take these away when you leave. This is like for lunch.
you can have that. That's
I can have
that's our treat. And when we are in iOS, we expect you to be the first beta user.
Well, if it's wrapped in, if chocolate is in it somewhere,
Good.
I'm there.
Good.
All right, very cool. Well,
Good.
we'll give it a shot. When it's ready for me, I will start
For the
meshing.
Apple guy, we will have it
I'm
ready
not.
for you.
I swear, is it really that bad? Is it that bad?
It's kind of obvious.
I'll have to work on it. Well, anyway,
Okay.
thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
And we'll mesh later.
Okay, thanks. Bye.